right. Yo, we back in the studio.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, dog. 2019. Right? All right, let's make it official. 2019 Loose Cannons Podcast.
We here.
Episode 11. Is it season 2?
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 1? Whichever
like
one. However we're going to order it.
Coming through hardcore like Game of Thrones or something?
Word. We got new mics. We got a little new setup.
Yeah.
We got some lights.
Let's hope it works out.
Yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, comment and tell us how it looks.
I know, right?
Tell us if you want us to think we could change anything.
I like the lights.
I like the lights too.
I like the mic.
Yeah. It feels like moonlight. It feels like moonlight, right?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or More Better Blues.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for. Bleak.
Okay,
Bleak.
I just don't want my lip to be busted.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, cool.
I won't sell it. All right, so a lot happened in the turn of the new year.
Yeah.
We left off talking about what, Kevin Hart?
Yes, we did.
We was talking about Kevin Hart. What did we see? I forgot the last movie that we were talking about. Was it Widows and Creed?
Widows and Creed, yes.
So it was a good end of the new year.
Yes.
Into the turn of the new year, we had the Golden Globes.
Yes, we did.
The Golden Globes was... I didn't watch it. I just looked up the results.
Yeah,
I seen a piece of it.
You know me, I don't do award shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to do it for the show, but you know, normally that's not my thing.
Yeah, but a lot of things happened.
Yes.
A lot of movies. Maybe some people didn't know that these movies were moving.
Right.
If Beale Street Can Talk.
Yes.
Green Book took home some stuff.
Yep.
We're definitely going to go watch that.
Definitely will.
We're going to do an episode for If Beale Street. Absolutely.
All right.
Probably a Barry Jenkins episode. He's had 3 movies out.
Yeah.
Medicine for Melancholy.
Okay.
Which is unheard of. It's like, his first. And then Moonlight. And then If Beale Street Could Talk. And I heard from a friend, If Beale Street Could Talk, it's popping.
Right.
I heard it's beautiful.
Well, it was out for a week or two in New York and LA and Boston.
Yep.
And then it came out everywhere last week.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll
still
catch
not
it.
in a lot of theaters. It's not like a full. You know how like sometimes they have like 2,500 theaters and then they have 1,500. I think they're at like 800 something. Yeah. I guess they didn't think it was going to do that great, but we're going to see it.
Right. Let's put it in selective markets.
Exactly. A lot of pedos out here just pedoing.
Oh wow! 2019.
Intense.
Yeah, the unveiling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on all sides. I mean,
all
it doesn't
sides.
matter the race. Doesn't matter
so
anything.
Cosby's in jail.
Yeah.
Weinstein's on trial. Got a.
I mean, for that matter, Bill Cosby's on trial again, also.
Okay. Yeah. They're appealing.
R. Kelly's in the court
in
of
the
public
dungeon.
opinion.
Yes, he's on.
He's on trial right now. Public
Death
opinion.
row.
Yeah.
In the court of a public opinion. Kevin Spacey's definitely on trial. Did you watch the arraignment? They interrupted my show.
Really?
And I was forced to watch Kevin Spacey in the Cape.
Really?
Being I don't even think it was an arraignment. It was it's supposed to be the part where the judge and the lawyers come together and they talk about when we're going to meet next. Like, it's something you could do on the text, but in the court you have to do it. Yes, it has to be official. So I had to watch that, and then now after this whole R. Kelly situation, which a lot of us today is going to be about our discussion, Touré.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about Touré?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
everybody's coming out. Everybody.
All right. So I mean, not to get off topic, but speaking about the whole, don't you feel, especially at this day and age, do we really need to waste the time of booking someone if you know they're gonna post bail in about an hour?
It makes no sense.
Can't you just send me like a Evite on my phone
Skype.
and I just
you can Skype me
and I send the payment on Facebook or something?
Mr. Kelly, you've been charged, but just Skype me.
I'll just be like, "What's the Cash App?"
That's it.
Send the Cash App.
That's it.
Post bail. All right. We ain't gotta waste nobody's time, tax dollars, by doing this whole long process. You know I'm a post bail. You know I'm a post bail. I don't see how that works out at the end of the day. Like, oh, we got him on camera, guys.
That's it.
You know.
I think in Cape, what they were trying to do is because there's not much going on over there.
Yeah.
So I think they just wanted like some media coverage. I think it was
to let everyone know where it's going to be, so on and so forth.
That's it.
I could understand that.
His situation is interesting because like his wasn't even a little boy. I think the guy was like 19, 20, like.
Oh, this is the second case.
Yeah,
this is the case that's actually going to go
This is the
through.
one that this is not the one when he was in the party and the child actor. This is the one. This dude could have just put him up like. At a certain point, I need to know if you tried to fight first. Like if it was that serious, you should have fought him.
You know that's eventually going to become the thing. Like. You saying that you didn't have the ability to say no won't be a reason for certain people anymore, you know?
No.
So.
But there's a lot of things going on. We're going to start the show with, we are the Loose Cannon. I'm No Justin, No Peace.
I'm Lou Rivers.
And we're the Loose Cannons. Every week, we're going to be here talking about movies, entertainment, and politics.
Okay.
There's a lot going on this week. This week in social media. We'll start with everybody's favorite movie executive, or not.
Yo.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey. Okay.
Listen, Harvey's been in the news.
Yeah.
For probably the past year after the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And we find out a lot of the creepy stuff he's been doing.
He's basically the forefront of the Me Too movement.
He is the face of the Me Too movement.
It's like, let's say that every Me Too accusation, he's in at least 2 or 5 accusations.
Yes.
You know, there's someone always coming out and going, what he did.
Yeah.
But what's the worst part is that now, especially in the beginning, they were trying to get actors to be on his side, and actors were in a tough spot. Like, yo, do I really have to vouch for this guy?
Yeah.
You know, they tried to make Matt Damon say something like positive about him, and he was just like,
because they did a bunch of movies.
Yeah. But I mean, you just putting up the money for my movie.
That's it.
It's not like you showed up and acted with me.
Yeah.
You know? It's just, he's going to jail. Okay, what's the next production company?
Go to the next executive. He didn't even have to be there.
Yeah.
Listen, stuff he did was crazy.
Yes.
A lot of abuse of power.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of manipulation. It seems very, very clear that he was using his position
of
and
power,
and he was openly threatening to destroy people. That's wild.
Right.
That's wild.
The worst part is, all right, so you can imagine, these are all the people who have voices who have said something.
Yes.
Just imagine all the people who can't act, who...
The waitress.
He's just like, all right, well, I'm going to put you in a movie someday.
The crash person.
Yeah.
That's it.
Who, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, just left Hollywood because they couldn't deal with it.
Couldn't deal with it.
But I mean, from all the reports, this is just some dark circle. This is the way Hollywood has always been. And people have just been carrying on tradition and customs. And I mean, whether that's...
Was Stanley Kubrick telling us something?
Always.
Always. What was the movie with Brad Pitt? Not Brad Pitt, with Tom Cruise
and Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yep.
Eyes Wide Shut.
There's a lot about
Eyes Wide Shut. Bird Box.
Yeah.
Listen.
See?
I'm connecting it.
But he died during that premiere.
He definitely died. Telling too many secrets. They can't get us.
Yeah.
They can't get us.
Oh, they could try.
They could try.
I mean,
they could try.
Waste their time. Come to see me.
That's it. Boom. So,
but they can pay me in Cash App if they want to pay me off.
That is true.
If they want to.
That is true. They can sponsor the show.
They can sponsor the show. You're right.
We ain't Illuminati, but we'll accept their sponsorship.
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to go send a request, see if someone pays it.
All right. So Weinstein is a creep.
Okay.
He's a creep, and he's more than a creep. Mm-hmm. He is an abuse of power. He's an abuser.
Right.
He's been disrespecting women for many years.
Yep.
He needs to go.
Yeah, he's way past it, over the top with it, even.
Yep. It's disgusting. I mean, okay, so we have a case with Ashley Judd that gets dismissed.
Yes.
But a tape comes out.
Yes. I was going to say that tape is actually old. I think I heard that. The tape is old? Yeah, I think I actually heard that tape.
That tape is wild to me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's wild.
Because I think that was...
Just come in.
Yeah, you're embarrassing me. How much... The audacity.
You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me.
Come in.
There are a lot of people who know me.
Yes.
You're embarrassing me.
That's some wild manipulation.
Yeah.
But like even to be at the point as a male, as a person, like I don't want to beg for anything.
Right.
My life I'll beg for, maybe. Depending on the situation, I might just like, listen, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I dare you.
Pull out, dare you. Pull it. No, but
we've seen too many movies.
Yeah, too many movies. Too much. But that's wild. There's something wrong. There's something going. These things are not connected.
Right.
Or it's just worked so much for him.
Right.
You know, like some things, some behaviors get reiterated because it works.
You're rewarding negative behavior.
You're rewarding negative behavior.
But that's exactly what we will talk about R. Kelly.
Yes.
So it is the one thing where it's just like, I've gotten away with it for so long. Like, what makes me think that it'll be any different right now?
What makes it?
No one has held me accountable. Why now?
Why now?
You know?
Yep.
So, I mean, but money and power, like, they go hand in hand. People are lured in by things that they want and they envy. Yep. That's it. If you want something bad enough, sometimes you're willing to do anything for it, even if it's sacrificing yourself.
Yeah.
Some people aren't that strong. I'll put it that way.
It's sad.
Yeah.
And it just keeps rolling and keeps rolling, and we're going to get more into it. But every week there's something going on.
Yes.
Every week there's some racist shit going on. Mm-hmm. This week in racism.
Yes.
Listen, when you're on the internet, you find stuff. You sent this to me. What is it? Are they in McDonald's in London?
Yeah.
Well, he's British. I don't know if they're in actual London, but he's a Brit.
Yes.
And we don't know how it starts, but somehow he's yelling at people, white men built everything. Yep. We built Western civilization. We built it. We built Western civilization, which begs the question, what does it mean to build something? Like, is it funding that builds something? Or is it like hammer and nail?
He was talking about cracking whips and stuff.
Cracking whips, okay, because I remember the biggest import, especially for the export for the United States of America. What was it? Cotton and tobacco.
Yeah, things that. And
I don't think any of them were picking it or even create the cotton gin. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a historian. We're just the canons.
Yeah, you're right.
But to imply built it is. But you see this behavior pervasive just in the world. Like, when people talk about building their business, like, I'm self-made. I did this because they are CEO, but they've never done any job in their company. Right. It's different if you started
you had hands-on.
Exactly. You started a sub shop or a pizza parlor, and you've been rolling pizzas for 30 years.
You've been slopping mayonnaise and mustard for
exactly.
Yeah, you got a couple.
You've been in here with us. You've been in the question.
Yeah, that's not. But again, I feel like that's a power thing.
It is a power thing.
People believe that the pride is misplaced. If that's something that I can say. This whole idea of supporting colorism.
What about the railroads? Like. Okay, keep going. I don't know.
It's misplaced when you're thinking that, all right, whether it's color or whether it's pride or whether it's your country, it's really tough to be in that. You should be glad that we've advanced as human people. Yeah. Period.
All together.
Yeah. But I mean, it's tough for people to be like, well, this is what my country did. Yeah. That's phenomenal. I'm almost certain that you didn't take hand in that. Yeah. Like regardless of everything else, you didn't take hand in that. Yeah. It is what we are currently doing to advance the next step of civilization.
It's so weird because it's like you weren't there from the beginning. Yeah. So you're taking credit for people who have the same complexion as you? Okay, because you're white and you have a dick. So I belong to everybody who has white dick. So we all did this together for the other white dicks. Like, come on. Like, stop it.
As he goes back to his 400 square foot apartment.
Stop it, dude. Stop it.
He built that, though.
First of all, you have too much attitude to be in the McDonald's. It's 2019.
I'm going to tell you right now,
that's a Whole Foods attitude.
You know what his problem was? Ran out of fish fillets.
Fish fillets. That's what it was.
That's what happened.
That's what it was.
I mean, someone bought them all up yesterday. So.
That's it. Blame Donald.
Yep.
Blame Donald. So, it's just, but the funny thing is he did not say white people.
The white men.
White men.
Yeah.
Which I think people need to listen. If you look at the time that we're in, the Me Too, you got to understand that in people's idea, it's not white people, it's white men.
We still have chauvinists out there. Like,
it's disgusting. I mean, you literally did not come from like somebody pushed you out.
Right.
If anybody built civilization, it's women.
Right.
Like they birthed civilization. They birthed all the individuals who could have built anything.
But this is the world.
But what do we know?
Yeah, I mean,
we're just the cannons. We just watch movies.
We loose-lipped cannons.
We loose-lipped cannons. All right. So, listen. A lot is going to happen in this discussion, but we got to bring it down to something sweet. Something sweet happens every week.
Yes.
All right. We call that the killing with kindness.
Yes.
This almost brought me to
that video was serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, bus driver, lady bus driver, minding her business on her route. Blah blah blah. She's driving down the block. She sees a little child just running down the street, down the sidewalk, alone.
Yo. That's wild.
She easily could have ignored or said, "Oh, somebody else.
Somebody's around.
Or somebody's around."
Right.
But she said, "No, I've got to figure this out." Now, this is when being white and nosy is right.
I feel you, and I understand.
Don't do that when people grilling.
Yep.
Don't do that when people selling water. What?
Right.
She got to.
This is the moment where you assess the situation and you're like, yes, this is perfect.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Calling 911 is okay in this situation. But she did more than that. She got out. She pulled over her bus. Forget this route.
Stopped, opened the doors, ran out.
Got out.
Got the little child, brought it back.
Brought it in the bus.
Yep.
Held it, gave it love.
Yep.
Put it in her bosom.
Someone came and gave a jacket.
Put the coat on. The baby got to be cold.
Yep. I was just like, okay.
But you see, everybody just came together in that moment.
Exactly.
They said, there's a problem.
Right.
There's a child by themselves. I don't care what's going on. People had to get to work. Who cares?
Right.
Let's figure out what happens with this baby.
But you notice that it definitely wasn't in New York. Because, somebody would have been like, yo, I got to make it to work.
Yeah, you know it.
Come on.
You know it.
They would have been knocking on all the doors.
Is this your baby, miss?
Exactly.
Stop worrying about other people's babies.
Yeah, that's a New York thing right
Just
there.
call 911. Let's go.
Yeah.
But they did the right thing. They took care of the baby. Beautiful thing. The lady deserves some type of medal of respect because people got to understand that there are times you should be sticking your neck out for people.
These are the people we should be rewarding.
These are the moments. This is it. This is it. Beautiful. Beautiful what she did. Killing with kindness. All right. So now we're moving into the juice of our.
All right. I know. Look. We speed walking just so we can get to these topics. Right
yes.
I know how it is.
Everybody was talking about this for weeks.
Yeah.
Week and a half.
Don't worry. I've seen the memes.
It's all on social media. People put their life on the line just to emulate some of the things that were happening on it.
Oh, this is it's a. I feel like this is a done deal. Netflix is definitely taking that next step where it's like. It's been 3 years in the making, getting these blockbusters, getting people to come in, and now they finally got the one that, like, this could have been in the movie.
Maybe that was a lie. Maybe people weren't actually, maybe they made that up. Well, somebody couldn't have been doing the Bird Box Challenge in their own car and getting an accident. Maybe it was maybe that's what it is. It's a Netflix stunt. It's got to be. But Bird Box. I don't know who directed it. I forgot who directed it.
I forgot the lady.
It's based on a book, though.
Based on a book. Also written by a female, I would say.
Yes. Starring Sandra Bullock.
Starring Sandra Bullock.
We got Lil Rel in there.
We got Lil Rel, John Malkovich.
Man,
what's the guy from Moonlight? What's his name?
Ty something. Ty.
But
the guy from Brother from Moonlight.
Yeah. He was in Moonlight and Predators this year.
Yes.
But yes, he played Tom.
Yes, he played Tom.
2 kids, boy and girl.
Boy and girl.
That's the names. But I mean, the symbolism is phenomenal throughout the movie.
Huge symbolism. All right, so let's break it down real quick.
Go ahead.
Sandra Bullock is a depressed artist.
Yes.
and
she's isolated,
and she's pregnant,
definitely disconnected from the world.
Disconnected.
Yeah.
And baby daddy's nowhere to be found.
Yep.
Her sister's with her. She doesn't even want to connect with her family except for her sister.
Yep.
They go to
her
sonogram.
Yep.
Sonogram. After the sonogram, the epidemic hits. I mean, this thing starts fast.
Yeah, you can see when she's having conversations with her sister in the beginning that it's happening in Europe at the time.
Yes.
And it just...
Yes, Russia or something like that. Yeah.
Literally hits them the moment that they're leaving.
Quick.
Yeah. And look, being disconnected, you ready to go.
Yes.
Because you can see her sister's like, oh, what's going on? Sister, what's happening? You know, and she's like, we got to go.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Quit playing these games.
That's it.
And, I mean,
it goes down.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, got her sister early.
Yeah.
Right.
Within the first 5 minutes, you know?
We find out somehow, if you see it, it's going to get you.
Yep. And I mean, it's a lot of it is based on symbolism of the end of times and stuff like that. Different stories from different genres, but definitely she makes it with a group of people who are trying to keep away from it.
Yeah.
Not trying to look outside. Yes. Obviously, they don't know how to. These beings or beasts don't know how to use doorknobs, so they're outside the entire time.
That's right.
But then you kind of see the conflict of people
living together,
trying to figure it out.
Different people trying to make decisions, rationing food, all of that, all that interesting stuff. But at the end of the day, that is not the full movie. The full movie is in the symbolism.
Yep.
Now, I made the mistake of going down the YouTube vortex of Bird Box symbolism. I forced my wife to watch some of it. I stayed up nights watching some of it.
I caught a bunch of it.
Some of it was wild. Some of it creeped me out. The most important thing in this movie, Bird Box, is listening to what Little Rel says.
Right, exactly.
Because that connects you to the whole...
He explains everything because he's writing a book based on these same creatures.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And these creatures have names in all different religions.
Right.
But they all come from the end of times, and they represent your worst fears.
Right. So a lot of what I found, and I mean, like, if you really watch the movie and you pay attention, there was a big difference between... I know everyone's like, oh, there's 3 types of people in the movie, and it's honestly like, I mean, people were saying that there was 2 types of, there's really 3 different types of people in the movie. The people who see it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you know, in the time story, especially in the Bible and in the Quran, they always say that you see someone who you love is going to take you to the other side. So a lot of the people, especially when you saw John Malkovich's wife, she sees her dead mother.
Yeah.
And you don't know that she's talking about her mother until later on.
Yeah.
But then you see people who are just killing themselves because maybe they're not meant for heaven.
Yes.
Or wherever the next stage is.
Yeah.
And then you have the people who are just left behind.
That's right.
And these are the people who are trying to get everybody else to see the beast.
Yes.
So I felt like it was really ironic to have that.
Yes.
And especially if this is an end of times thing,
yes.
then you don't really know that it's end of times, but you don't know where that next stage is, so you're trying to avoid it at every cost.
I mean, and I think that's the key of the movie. It's like, mentally, we fear death.
Right.
We fear death because we believe what's here. If you're spiritual, you believe that there's something afterwards.
Right.
Whatever you believe is after. Even if you believe it's reincarnation.
Right.
Like, you believe that there's something going on after. And I think it's key that she said, Mom, because her mom wasn't her worst fear.
Right, exactly.
So I think they were kind of trying to tell us she was being brought home.
Right.
If you believe that she was being brought home. So some people were being brought home and some people were going to be terrorized.
Right.
And I think, obviously, it's the end of time. But Mallory and them, they're running from this situation. They're running from facing, facing this, whatever this is.
Right, because they don't know what it is.
Yes.
They're not quite certain.
Yes.
They're not quite sure, but it's that whole, the devil you know. You know Earth. You know what's happening here.
Yes.
You're really not sure if that next stage is better or worse.
Yes. The first thing that I got connected when I seen it was I was thinking about the Garden of Eden. I was thinking about when in the Bible when God creates man and woman, and then when the devil tempts them and has Eve eat the apple, it speak about seeing.
Right.
Their eyes are now open. They can see the wrong and the evil of the world. They can now see that you're naked. They didn't know that. So to close the eyes, to be covered, is to not see what is out there. I thought that was a symbolism. If you go into the YouTube vortex, there's a lot more. There's people consider it occult symbolism. They think it's a reenactment of the ritual. Now I watched one that was just it felt so close. I was like, damn. Now he could just be totally making all this up. But it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. Because when you think about the sanctuary, because some things, there were so many things where they didn't try to explain. I felt like they didn't try to explain because it is symbolic.
Right.
Like the look of the sanctuary, the arches and the blind people, and her calling them boy and girl. Why did they call them boy and girl? Now I'll give you the one that really got me. He said that the whole movie is about the birthing of man. It's about the rebirth of man, because they were already there, but it's about the rebirth of man. And that's why the movie takes place mostly on the waters, the shores. And that's what we come through when we're passing through our mother's womb. We come through the water of our mother's womb. And then when you look at the rowboat, when she's fully stretched out in the rowboat is like a uterus, shaped like a uterus. Okay. I was like, he might be onto something. And then this isn't explained why they call her boy and girl. Now you could simply say she calls them boy and girl because she didn't want to fully connect to them because she might lose them. Or she's calling them boy and girl because until they were born, once they got through the water into the sanctuary,
was when they
gave them names. And you don't name your child officially, even though you're thinking of the name. Your child isn't that until they're fully birthed. I thought that was crazy. It was a great interpretation for me. It's wild because he really connected to what Little Rel was saying, because it was really important for you to understand that they all talk about this afterlife and the earth being destroyed.
See, now I'm gonna have to go look at that.
But this is crazy. It was wild.
But in the book, it's not a school for the blind.
Okay, what's it in the book?
In the book, they poke their eyes out.
Okay, so now that makes
so that they can't see the beast when they're out in the world. So they make themselves blind.
I think that's even more symbolic. This is even crazier.
Yeah. So in the book,
that makes sense. So they weren't naturally born without being able to see.
Right.
They had to remove their ability to see.
Yeah. So in the book, there's like a lot of symbolism, a lot of dark stuff that they were explaining. And
now I want to read the book.
Yeah, I know. So I kind of got a couple of tidbits, and I was like, oh, all right, that makes sense. And it's also obviously one of the reasons why they didn't want to show the beast throughout the movie, so that you can impose whatever your own fears idea. Are. Right. Yeah. So it kind of just...
Because is it a beast?
Right.
Like we're interpreting it because we see it physically on Earth.
Right.
Like the death of the body.
Right.
It's never going to look beautiful.
Right.
But where if you believe in the spirit, where's the spirit going?
Right.
Like, it's a beautiful.
I like
a lot to talk about.
Definitely,
it feels like a Matrix type of situation.
It could go anywhere. Yep. So many different ideas, but a lot of the same principles. You know. So I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay. How would you rate it?
All right. Personally.
Yeah.
All right. Based on other Netflix originals, it's easy. Personally, I think it's the best one that they made. I can't really think of anything better.
No. Besides the shows, out of the movies.
Right. Out of the movies, this is definitely the best movie that they've done.
For sure.
On this level.
For sure.
You know? There may be some indie stuff that, had great storylines, but this is the best full package. Compared to everything else, as far as Netflix originals, I definitely would give it a 5.
Okay.
As far as compared to mainstream blockbusters, everything included, it's probably like a 4.5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because you know, you kind of have a lot more at your disposal
Yes.
for the next level. So,
Yeah.
and I think that that's what they're aiming for.
Yes. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I liked where it was going.
All right.
I like that they obviously left it open for us to be able to interpret. But I felt like when they made the movie, they made it for a broad audience.
Right.
Which is good for the bottom line.
Right.
But had they made it for a specific audience that said, you know, I'm going to look into the movie, I feel like they would have let a lot more go.
Okay.
They would have given more of the, this is symbolic, guys. This is symbolic. This is about some occult shit. This is about some end of the world shit. But I'm going to give it a 3.5 because it was fun to watch. It was cool to see all these people. I love Sandra Bullock. And the movie was just put together well.
Yeah.
It was just put together well.
Okay.
I had a good time watching it.
I think this is our first movie in which we're off by more than one canon.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New 2019.
New things, man. New things, man.
New things.
New things. All right, so that's what we streamed. We streamed it.
All right.
Listen.
Okay.
Now, social media been buzzing about this also.
We about to lose it.
Buzzing.
Yeah.
Buzzing. Now, I was going to put some music in. I was going to sing one of this man's, like, tracks, but I don't know. They might get us on Twitter.
You about to get kicked out.
So, listen, basically what I'm going to do is we're going to step.
No,
we're going to step into this situation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to start
All right.
the ignition and figure out where we're going to...
All right.
All right, basically, like, I don't want to bump or grind anybody's wheels.
I feel you.
On this situation. All right? Listen, I wish that people would just get what...
I like that.
You understand what I'm saying? Listen, we're going to fly. Like, I believe we can fly through this situation and people will fully understand where we come from. Listen, at the end of the day, we're going to start it off right now.
Okay.
R. Kelly's a creep.
Yo, his creep status is past the tolerable level of creep status.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is how I look at it. R. Kelly, we're playing Mortal Kombat right now, and R. Kelly's doing this. It says finish him.
I don't think.
Should we be doing the combo right now?
Honestly, all right. Because I mean, I don't know who's gonna do that last segment, but I kind of got a couple points.
All right, so let's wait. Let's start.
Okay.
6 parts.
Yeah, 6
Lifetime.
episodes, lifetime.
They didn't pull week to week. Pull people in. We binged it.
Yep.
But week to week, 6 parts. Takes us through the journey of R. Kelly.
R. Kelly's whole life, basically.
His whole life and his creepiness through his whole life.
Right.
From when he started in the industry to where he is right now.
Yep.
And the creep has never let down.
Nah, not at all.
Now, the question is the creep just a creep? Or is he a pedophile creep, sexual deviant creep? I have my feelings on it.
I have my feelings on it too. I think that, honestly, I think he has more control than, I mean, pedophiles that we're accustomed to. I think that earlier in life, he probably lacked that control. He probably was on that path, but obviously he knows that what he does is wrong, and now he's trying to tread the line, basically.
Yes.
All right, even if I find you at 17, don't worry. By the time all this happens, I have time to wait. And we see this, I mean, basically in the third episode, when by the time he goes on trial, he can't be arraigned for, he can't be indicted for statutory rape. And the one reason is they can't prove
that she was that age.
Exactly.
Wow.
So the one reason why child pornography is the main indictment, and what will likely always be the case, is because having the video you can sort of be
Yes.
indicted